I am approaching the end of my education and soon I will integrate the corporate world and job market. It is terrifying to think about how you'll do the same thing for your entire life. I've had talks with friends about how depressing it sounds to live life as an endless 9 to 5. Well, that is if you get hired. No. I'm talking childish types of ambition, like joining the NBA or becoming a UFC fighter, becoming an artist, a writer, making your passion into your career. I keep thinking, what if I had kept working towards that one dream I had as a kid? What if I actually dedicated all of my being to it and remained consistent? It is around this time that I started reading a manga called Blue Giant. Blue Giant is, without a doubt, my favorite manga of 2023 and even 2024 so far. It is easily one of the best stories about chasing your dreams that I have ever read. Completely subjective opinion, by the way. What I want to do through this video is to push you to actually read the chapters for yourself. So I'll try to keep this spoiler free while going through certain aspects of the story to hopefully get you on board. It is not as grand as One Piece. Its art is good, but nothing close to great seinen manga like Vagabond or Berserk. The art is simple and to the point, and I would not have liked it any other way. Don't get me wrong, there are some amazing shots. Blue Giant follows the story of young Miyamoto Dai. He is a young and ambitious high school kid who taught himself how to play the saxophone. His brother bought him the instrument, and oh boy, if you ever thought of picking up an instrument yourself, them shits can be quite pricey. Miyamoto wants to be the best, and what better way to do that than to move to a big city, Tokyo in this case, and start working random jobs with the hopes of something lining up in his path eventually. He lives in his friend's apartment during this period and he pays him rent to keep staying there. We will go back to this guy later. Let's first talk about Dai. Dai is a straight up and earnest character. You can't help but like the guy. He has extensive knowledge on all of the best jazz musicians, knowledge that stems from passion and love for the genre, which will eventually become contagious to you, the reader. I absolutely love media that gets me into new music. And Blue Giant really did put me on some cool music. Me aside, Dai practiced daily by the side of the river, something of a ritual he will maintain throughout the story despite changing settings, whether it is cold, snowing. Nothing stops him from his daily practice. This even continued after moving to Tokyo, something that comes on later in the story. Dai is the embodiment of unrelenting will and passion. He jumps after any opportunity to showcase the skills he had been honing ever since he got on the path of becoming a musician. Over time, he improves, finds a tutor to teach him the ins and outs of jazz and music in general. He genuinely becomes way better, but nowhere near a world-class jazz player, not yet at least. At this point, we meet many characters who all view music and jazz in their own way. Despite the many lessons he took and the many hours of accumulated practice he has under his belt, it still does not guarantee that a crowd is willing to pay money to see him perform. He continues to give it his all, working odd jobs here and there. You're with him when he is hungry, surviving off nothing but plain rice. You're happy to see him make any penny he can. You cheer for the guy like he's your own friend. He plays so much, in fact, that his instrument was completely busted and it needed to be repaired. Not to get too personal, But at this point in the story, I could not help but have a lump in my stomach. I'm not sure why this sequence of events hit me the way it did. Moving to a new city to get closer to your dreams will inevitably cause you to go broke for a while. Seeing Dai count his final cents, working odd jobs to make ends meet, playing while hungry, staying in his friend's house because he can't afford his own. The realness of it all was overwhelming. Seeing all of those fancy cars while being at your lowest point financially, it's something extremely relatable. And when it hits you, it fucking hits. Trying to make $20 last as much as possible, and once you're outside, there are so many nice cars, so many restaurants, bars, cafes, and you cannot afford to go to any of them. When something similar happened to me, I just had one word to say while walking around. During this time, a new character walks into the story. This tall, pretty boy with a magical left hand. Someone with skill, sophistication, that only an experienced musician who started playing really early could have. Tawabe Yukinori is a technical genius. Yukinori starts off as a real douchebag, a snobby, overly confident, and critical musician with the skills to back it up. He is nothing but a dick to Die at first, but they both share a dream. They want to be world class musicians, and in this brutal world where many dreams fail, Sawabe does not hide the fact that he will trample Dai to get closer to his own goal. Yukinori is as devoted to his craft as Dai. He also struggles to make ends meet. He's just another unprivileged guy, and he's just trying to make his way up the ladder. Not to spoil too much, but Yukinori quickly becomes one of the most likable characters in the manga. I'd like to let you explore that on your own, since too many story elements are attached to this guy. So far, we've met two monsters, geniuses, devotees to music, Dai and Yukinori. They are no beginners, and you are reminded many times of their skills and musical prowess. They have big ambitions and are not willing to bow down to anybody, including each other. This is, as you could imagine, a recipe for disaster for a future band. A lack of harmony and communication between members could result in disaster. They need to find the missing link. Adding a complete newbie at this point in the story seems to be the last thing that might happen. After all, we're way past that phase in the story with our protagonist. At this point in the story, Tamada Shunji is another curveball of a character. He picked a regular life. He's enjoying the rent Dai pays him to stay at his house. He goes to uni. Just a good old regular guy. Tamada quickly becomes enthralled with drumming and jazz, and he invests both time and money on his new hobby. He buys an electric drum kit and even takes drumming lessons. Eventually, Tamada, along with Yukinori and Dai, will form a band, the story of which I would like to leave to you to enjoy on your own. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I would really like it if you left a like and a comment down below telling me your feedback, what you think I should change, what you think I should do differently. And my main goal actually with this video is to get you to read Blue Giant and get some more eyes on it. I hope you liked it. I love you. Uh, Bye.